year marks Charter Hall's 15th anniversary as a listed entity, and next year marks our 30th as a group. We love these milestones because they give us an opportunity to reflect on where we've got to, where we've come from, what's been the secret of that success, and what do we want to preserve so that we're strong going into the future. Today, we call that our DNA, those aspects that make us strong. And today I'm going to talk to you about a specific part of our DNA that we're most proud of, which is our customer focus and how it relates to our tenants. Steve shared our results as at 30 June, and you will have heard that our funds under management grew to over 40 billion and that we've got more than 600 employees now. As we continue to scale, one of the things our executive group have been thinking about a lot is how do we make sure our people understand who they're here to serve and what they're here to do. So for the last couple of years, we did a big project around engaging with our tenants, our investors and our employees, and really understanding what they wanted from us as a group. And that was to bring their aspirations to life. So to create this situation where there's mutual success, both ours and theirs. From an investor point of view, that looks like strong, stable returns and superior returns over the long term. From a tenant customer point of view, it means really meeting their business needs in terms of space and place. And from a community point of view, it means really helping them to be strong and resilient through crises. And for the next 3 years, we've got a particular focus on helping vulnerable Australians through growing employment outcomes. So that's our purpose as a group. And the way that with which we interact with these stakeholders is defined by our values, which we have 4 of. The first is active partnership. So we're not about setting and forgetting in terms of our relationships. We're there to deeply understand the people that we partner with, the businesses that we partner with, and to frame our solutions from a deep understanding of their needs and with a win-win lens. We always like to bring genuine insight to the table. So that means not just property expertise, it means understanding their business well, understanding the market, and bringing new trends to the table. So we look beyond the obvious to unlock the potential of something. Many businesses are talking about innovation. We like to innovate with purpose and with discipline, and only in the nexus between people, capital, and opportunities. That's what we call our inventive spirit. And then lastly, our 4th value and the way in which we interact with our stakeholders is called powered by drive. So we're a group who likes to deliver on our promises. We talk straight, and we're people of action. So that's the lens with which our people approach all of our relationships with our stakeholders. That's our cultural focus. And we believe as a group that that cultural focus and the ability to leverage our operating model, as well as the diverse relationships we have at an investor and a tenant customer level, creates opportunities for us as a group and also is a big part of the resilience of our group. Our diverse capital sources and multiple fund strategies create opportunities for assets and for tenants across each of the sectors. And our integrated platform means that we're able to partner our tenants from the beginning of that value chain. So from development or acquisition all the way through to holding an asset over the long term. So how do we approach our tenants with all of this in mind? Well, the first thing we do is we focus on our tenant quality and industry type. We're very focused on tenants who are in growing and resilient industries. We like them to be the leaders in their sector. We love it if they've got cross-sector potential, and we like to ensure that we have long leases with them with locked-in increases over time. We also have, over the last couple of years, dedicated key customer managers who are allocated to each of our top 20 cross-sector tenants and each of our top 20 tenants by sector. Those key customer managers are responsible for the relationship with that tenant, for understanding their business deeply, for bringing opportunities to the table, and for making sure we're delivering against key agreed metrics. Those key customer managers are ably supported by our teams on the ground in each state. We do that deliberately because they have that local market expertise and also because they're able to respond to our tenants immediately and in person if issues arise. Across the group, on a monthly basis, we meet as a tenant customer subcommittee, and within that committee we have leaders from our development teams, our asset management teams and our sector teams, and we sit there and we look at, okay, our top 20 tenants across the sectors, what are the opportunities between them, how can we go further with them and expand that relationship, how can we retain and grow it. We also map certain markets so that we can see where are other opportunities and how can we expand our reach. Customer feedback is critical to us on an ongoing basis. The key customer managers have a role in that, but we also commission on an annual basis external surveys, external customer satisfaction surveys where we're benchmarked against our peers in each sector. We take that feedback and then we incorporate that into the next year's planning so that we can keep improving our offering and our way of servicing our customers. A big part of how we try to drive behaviour and performance within the group relates to our key performance indicators that we set each year through our balanced scorecard. Our balanced scorecard has a number of components, and the customer component is a key component for us. Within that component, things like tenant relationships, tenant retention, acquisition of tenants, and improvement in customer satisfaction survey results, all of those things are measured, and a large part of that scorecard is allocated to customers at the moment, tenant customers in particular. This slide just gives you a feel for our reach nationally. So you can see that there's a strong local market presence wherever we have assets. And this is one of my favourite graphs. This graph shows you the potential and the strength of this cross-sector offering that we have. So what it shows you is that as at 30 June, tenants who are across 2 or more sectors for us. So across all of the sectors, we are the largest landlord to Coles, Woolies, Aldi's and Metcash. Our entree into those groups was through supermarket retail, but we've been able to follow them with our property expertise into the supply chain and distribution, so into our industrial assets, more recently with the service station offering in Coles Express, and we're also supporting the Coles Ocado relationship. You can see the government features there as well. And if you take an example of the Australian Federal Police, we're able to meet their border needs through our industrial assets. And more recently, we're going to meet their office needs in our Lonsdale precinct in Melbourne. Australia Post is another fantastic example. We work with them across all 3 sectors. And with the impact of COVID and the increase in online and distribution, they've been able to take up more space with us across the nation. So you can see the potential of these strong relationships across the board. Just focusing on Coles. So we've said Coles is our largest tenant and we're their largest landlord. It's a relationship that started many years ago through the supermarket retail aspect, but it's grown over time so that actually Coles is our 5th largest tenant in retail, but our 1st largest tenant in industrial. So we've been able to follow them as their business needs have changed. We also partner with them and are a part owner of their head office. So you can see we're meeting their needs across the spectrum. Given their size and strategic importance to us, the heads of the sectors and our group CEO are the people who engage with the senior management of Coles around their needs on a regular basis. So Steve mentioned he wanted you to take some things away. I want you to take them away from me. So the first thing to take away is that our strong customer-focused culture and operating model give us the opportunity and the capability to really maximise things. Our diverse and resilient customer base and our deep long-term relationships are key to that, and our ability to provide cross-sector opportunities helps us to meet and partner with our customers as their needs change or as their needs grow. And lastly, our more recent focus, which is really on creating that key customer relationship as we scale, is really important to us. So even though we're large, keeping that relationship personal and really knowing that business and gathering a team around that business is critical to our success. Thanks very much.